Hello, welcome to the video course on reporting guidelines. This is the second of 5 videos dedicated to CONSORT, the Guideline for Interventional Studies. We want to explain to you the necessity to have a reference and to make sure both groups are comparable, in the sense that only difference between both is the assigned intervention. We will see the basic descriptive statistics and how to ensure the initial comparability is maintained at the end. The reference or control intervention, in general, is the classical way to manage patients that in general we would like to improve. It must be defined precisely. It can be a directive defined in the clinical practice guideline, the standard of care. To be able to mask, the intervention is usually accompanied by a simulator. In essence, the reference may be the best known treatment plus a harmless placebo. At the beginning, we divide the patients into 2 groups and assign an intervention to each one. Describing the volunteers included in the study will allow to assess if the results can be applied to a new group of patients. CONSORT explanation and elaboration document provides this example. Let's see what these numbers mean for either numerical variables, such as LDL cholesterol, or categorical, such as the presence of previous angina. The most relevant data is the denominator. How many volunteers contribute information? In the quantitative variables, the usual summary is the average, or the mean. As the specific values will differ from the average, the standard deviation should be indicated. A rule of thumb usable in symmetric variables multiplies this distance by 2 and adds and subtracts it from the mean to see where these patients are. That is, 3 plus and minus 2 provides 5 and 1. 95% of the cases had LDL values between 1 and 5 approximately. Finally, dichotomies such as previous history of angina are summarized by reporting the number and percentages of yeses. The attentive reader will have observed how both samples resemble each other. A miracle? No, the result of the randomization method. Assigning cases randomly to both groups provides initial comparability. By definition, both samples come from the same population. There are small differences, by chance, of course. We will see how statistics quantifies this chance. Of course, this initial comparability must be maintained until the end by a complete and identical follow-up in both groups. You can't eliminate the patients who do not tolerate the intervention, nor give additional treatments to only one group. And that's all for today. Well, no. One final advice. Practice. Check in a clinical trial article if the chosen reference is appropriate.